Tonight talking about free time. We all love to get some free time from our busy schedules, but it turns out too much of it can be just as bad as having too little free time. So we've got 3 things to know about that. Thing 1 is where the information is coming from for this specific segment. This is all according to new research at the Wharton School. Overall, more than 35,000 Americans were studied. They did different surveys, some focusing on what they did the prior day and their sense of well-being. Others were asked about how much free time they get during a day and their well-being. Thing 2 is what the researchers learned. Higher levels of free time were linked with higher levels of well-being, but only up to a certain point. After that, extra free time wasn't linked with greater well-being anymore. So what's the magic number? Well, that's thing 3, 3.5 hours of free time. The researchers did a follow-up experiment where people had different amounts of designated free time and had to report their well-being. Some had 15 minutes of free time, some had 3.5 hours, another group had up to 7 hours. The people with 15 minutes or 7 hours reported lower levels of well-being, but what you do with your free time matters. People who had high levels of free time but spent it doing things like working out or performing hobbies, well, they felt just as good as people who had those 3.5 hours. The researchers say this is all really important for people who have just retired or left a job. The lead author says, quote, "In cases when people do find themselves with excessive amounts of discretionary time, such as retirement or having left a job, our results suggest these individuals would benefit from spending their newfound time with purpose." Very interesting. Coming up next on